I just had this realization this morning and I wanted to make a quick video about it. I'm making videos on this channel about burnout, about depression, about mental health issues, everything that I've been going through. For the past 2 years, that was everything that was on my mind. I wanted to understand deeply what went wrong, how I got into the situation that I got burnt out, because I never felt really like it was just the amount of work. And there were mind gaps that I had, that I really couldn't understand what was going on with me. But the point was, I sometimes couldn't leave my bed, or I lost my motivation for everything. I couldn't enjoy things that I used to enjoy. And that was driving me crazy. That was really scaring me. And that I felt like I lost myself. I lost my humor. I lost my ability to see things positive. I lost my ability to solve problems, sort of. And I never understood why, because I didn't feel stressed or I didn't feel overworked. And for me, that was a big hit. Once I got deeper into it and once I was able to face those emotions, to face everything behind it, to understand myself better, also through therapy, of course, that was a big part of it. But then I started to understand that on some point things became more difficult. I started to fight more against the resistance. And what was behind all this was that I changed my value system. We all have a kind of value system where what gives us direction in life, what gives us help to make decisions, what kind of makes our character and forms ourselves, that we can say we do the right thing. So I realize now that on some point I changed my value system. That was the biggest mistake I could make. And I went from honesty, freedom, success to putting success first, because in my mind was like, okay, what if I put all my energy there and forget myself, just like work more or show the willingness that I'm able to cross my personal boundaries, and that will get me further, that will make me successful sooner, and that then I will achieve my goals earlier. But that was a dangerous line, because not only I didn't get the success that I was expecting, but also I started to cross my personal lines where I started to lie to myself. So everything kind of started to mess up, and I began to understand the world less. That was the scary part. I started to have more troubles to make decisions. I started to work more against the resistance. I started to believe the lies that I told to myself. And that is very hard to get out of it. Like I said, it took me maybe 1.5, 2 years to really understand. That is definitely the biggest mistake I made on this journey. I cannot say that I regret this, because I think we all make mistakes, we all learn from it, and that kind of creates what life is. But I now understand that the impact that it had an impact on my physical, on my mental health, on everything. I couldn't make decisions anymore. I started to become more irritated, burnt out eventually, and depressed. And because I wanted to push more out of it, and because I thought this is my challenge that I have to push through, it went exactly the opposite way as what I was expecting it to be. And when we cross our lines, our boundaries, and rearrange our value system and start to believe that this is what it should be now, then we lose our orientation in life, I believe. And then it's harder for you to trust yourself, it's harder for you to trust other people, so everything starts to collapse then. That's why now I understand the importance of certain lines that shouldn't be crossed. Also, what I started to realize is when you start to cross these lines, there is really no way back, or it's very difficult to go back from this. You cannot say, oh, I lied to myself for a while, and then I'll be honest, or I can cross a certain path and then it will be all good again after a while. Once you start crossing your personal lines, your personal values, then things, in my experience, just become more difficult and things just get more confusing and irritating and stuff like this. So this is what I quickly wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and see you in the next video.